Hi, welcome to my channel, Rohit Speaks. And in today's video, I'm going to extend on my hormone series. And so this is episode 4. And I'm going to go down from our brain to our neck. There is another gland which produces hormone, and it's also called as thyroid gland. And the hormones produced by the thyroid gland is also called as thyroid hormones. And so technically, this gland also releases hormones. But as I remember, I told you in brain, there are hormones which has to go to another gland to release the hormone. So this is one of them. And so from your pituitary gland, there is a hormone which is thyroid releasing hormone is released that goes to your thyroid. Uh, sorry, your hypothalamus releases the thyroid releasing hormone, which goes to your pituitary. Pituitary releases thyroid stimulating hormone, and then it goes to your thyroid to release three hormones. There's called as triiodothyronine, thyroxine, or tetraiodothyronine, and then there is calcitonin. So technically, the functional or the biological activity is done by the T3 and the T4, and calcitonin is the one which is responsible for the calcium homeostasis. But there is not much issues with this calcitonin because it's very minute and there is no normal disorder found with this calcitonin. But usually people are suffering when there is an abnormal levels of the T3, T4 hormones. Now, as you look at this hormone structure, they are basically based on an amino acid. And to form this, so this is the amino acid which is normally found in your diet and your food and everything. But to form this hormone from your thyroid, it requires this, plus it requires iodine. Iodine is very important to make these hormones. As you can see, there is these eyes. These are the ones which stick to this amino acid to make your hormone or your T3 hormone or your T4 hormone or your thyroid hormones. And then they are released from your glands to go throughout your body and control several functions. So thyroid hormone is one of the hormones required to make your body metabolism work. Your basically regulates your body temperature. It regulates your energy produced by your system. It all is dependent on thyroid hormones. The rate at which your body digests food, how your smooth muscle acts or removes your digestive system, removes your excreta, your testosterone production, your follicles, your embryos, your how your muscle reacts or how your muscle works, how new cells are formed in your body, how your heart functions, as also especially in fetal brain, your thyroid hormone is the one which is required the most. So as you can see, this thyroid hormones, both T3 and T4, are the most impacting hormones all over your system. So when there is a disorder, so when there is low, also hypothyroidism, or when there is high, which is hyperthyroidism. So there are different symptoms, and let's go through it. So hypothyroidism leads to cold intolerance. Basically, you cannot stand cold. You will feel cold all the time, even if it is warm outside or its temperature has dropped a little bit, you start feeling way too cold. You will get sudden weight gain. You will have decrease of sweating. Most importantly, you will have constipation because thyroid hormone is required for your digestive system, and it's not there, leads to constipation or blocking of your colons. Depression is one of the major symptoms, irregular or heavy periods, brittle nails, low heart rate, and a puffy face. So, and hypothyroidism is mostly common found in females rather than the males. And males usually suffer from hyperthyroidism, but also there are female. And in hyperthyroidism, when there is too much of it, it's weight loss mostly. You will lose a lot of calories. You will have increased sweating. You will feel you will feel hot all the time. There will be nervousness, anxiety, diarrhea, muscle weakness. So these are the two different versions of the thyroid. When there is low, you get weight gain, constipation, cold intolerance, even depression, mental issues. And hyperthyroidism, when there is too much of it, you get weight loss or weight gain sometimes, but it's not all the time. You get puffy eyes and heat intolerance. So these are the two versions of thyroidism. So how to treat them? So apparently there is a drug or an alternative version of this thyroid hormone called as levothyroxine, which can be helped to treat the hypothyroidism. But the drug amount depends on how much levels of TSH you have, and that's what the blood tests are done. And depending on that, there are different mgs of this drug, and you can take that on an empty stomach or just before you're going to sleep. So it allows for the maximum absorption in your system and give you the maximal effect. If you don't see an effect, you might have to adjust your dosage. In hypothyroidism, mostly it's done due to using an antibodies to avoid to block the receptors with the of thyroids, or there is surgery to remove the excess of thyroid glands. Other thing, another disorder which was most commonly found in Asian countries was called as goiter. In this case, your thyroid hormones are being released normally. It's just because you don't have enough iodine in your diet, your glands have to work extra hard to make the thyroid hormones, and hence they get very enlarged, and you will see bulging necklines right there. And this was in the beginning when they were growing up. They didn't had enough iodine, and that led to your glands to swell. And they don't go down even though you have started taking more diet, so you have more iodine in your diet. But in this case, this is the only thing, it's enlarged, but there is normal levels of thyroxine going on. So people have done surgeries to reduce the swelling and then take additional thyroid hormones supplement to avoid goiter or get rid of the goiter size. But these are the normal, or these are the effects of thyroid hormones when they are not in normal levels. Apparently, it controls most of your system, and people, or there is medicines, there is surgeries, there is alternatives to have this thyroid hormones in normal level. Other thing which I would suggest always is to get your TSH levels checked and check how much is your thyroid hormones being produced in your system, and take alternative medicine for it. Other than that, make sure you have an iodine-based diet, especially seafood helps you with that to help maintain your T4 and your T3s. Overall, this hormone is the one which controls all your body metabolism. So if you have suddenly lethargic feeling, all of that, maybe your TSH is getting affected, or your T4 or T3s are not getting released enough. So with that, hope you guys understood what thyroid hormone is and what it controls in your body and what are the alternatives for it. With that, I'll close off this topic, and I'll see you on the next one where I go another version down close to your lungs. There is another gland called as thymus, and I'll talk about it. See you in the next one.